Hello, today what I want to do is I want to do a how-to on how to set up the mini up tent and also how to set up the G-stove within the mini up. Now first thing I'm going to do is clear the ground of any sticks or sharp objects that is going to be underneath my tent. When I zip in the floor, I want to make sure that I'm protecting the floor so nothing pokes up through it. I also like to throw down a tarp that goes underneath just to help with keeping the bottom dry, and also it just helps if there is a little stick that I missed, gives an extra layer of protection so I'm not poking holes in the bottom of my tent floor. So what I'm going to do right now is clean out these sticks and such and throw the tarp down. So I've got this spot cleared now. And this here is a 9 by 11 tarp, 11 and a half maybe. But I'm just going to throw that out. And I can set the mini up right on top of this and then just tuck the rest in underneath that is sticking out from the sides and from underneath the mini up. This mini up tent I've been using quite a bit, and me and my son have used it, me and Chris has used it, and have even used it in a couple really, downpour situations and overnighters. So have tested this in the rain, it works very well. And this tent is meant to be hauled in, driven in, and so on. It's not really a backpack tent. Weighs right around 35 pounds, I believe. And it's meant to be hauled in or driven in, like I said, and then carried to the spot and set up. It's not a backpacking tent. But what this offers, these are used for going out into the woods or out into the bush for a whole winter, trapping or hunting and so on. It can be used as a fishing shack as well. It has many uses and it's meant for the serious outdoorsman. It's top of the line, very well constructed, and luxury basically when you get this set up and you've got a stove in it and so on. First off, I'm going to release these tensioning straps, turn it over, and unzip it all the way. I've got another stove jack here. This is to fit the GSTOVE pipe. It's a little smaller than what's in the tent. I've used it without this stove jack. It just has a little hole up top. This just allows for a closer fit and thus trapping more heat in your tent. This here comes with this. This is the fiberglass mat that goes on your floor to protect it from the heat of the stove. You got your stakes and guy lines there. And now your tent. The good thing about this tent is that you can set this up even with gloves on. The materials are rated for -50. And it's a pretty rugged tent. Also, really nice aluminum poles and double walled. So it has one strap right here that keeps this all closed up. So I'm going to release that strap, and now I can just let it go. I want to find the door opening, which is right here. That's great. I'm going to turn it towards you, like this. Right there. Now I can step inside where the door is. I'll lay that down. I'm going to get inside the door. Now, the floor is not zipped in this, because I want to be able to stand in here, be able to lift this up and set it up and such. Now there's one pole right here. Now this pole is like an umbrella. And what I'm going to do is pop this exactly like I would an umbrella. So I'll give you a quick look of what that looks like and then pop this up. So there it is there. I will hang on to this portion and this portion. I will push this, hold this down, push this up, and that's going to spring out the sides and open like an umbrella. So I'm going to step in through the door, grip this, grip the bottom, and push up on the top. There you go, it's up. Now I can center this where I want it on this tarp. And that doesn't look too bad right there. So now I can go around and make sure all the sides and such are not pushed in and so on, and bring it out, and then I can stake it out. That's how easy it is to set this up. I already have the tarp in there as a floor, and I could leave it like that, or I can zip in the floor that's provided. There is that rod I was telling you about, that pole. Now we take that out, we screw that out, and we have a locking bolt that we put in there in its place, so that's not in our way. That will do. That's all set now. As you see, I can stand up in here as well. And now it's time to zip in the floor and show you how that works. So what we have here is a zipper right here. Now you have to find this edge once you lay this out that has that catch on it, the start of the zipper right here. That's the start of the zipper. So you're going to take that and put it in like you would any zipper and start zipping this in. So make sure it's back as far as you can go. Line that up and start zipping it in. That's the way you zip in the whole floor. I'm actually going to leave this out for this demo, but it's that simple. You just zip this in through. Goes all the way around and totally closes this in. But the good thing about the floor is it keeps any bugs from coming in. This is a 2-wall tent, and the inner wall has mesh in it. You can open the windows and the door of the outer wall, and the inner wall has mesh windows and a mesh door. So you're totally bug free in here, even in the summertime. And I used this in the summertime a few times. So very, very nice. You put the floor in, you don't have to worry about anything crawling up from the ground and going in underneath and so on. Very, very cool. The floor has a very nice zipper, and also it's a waterproof floor. So very nice. Like I said, I've used this in 2 rainstorms and been totally dry. And without setting up the guidelines, which I'm not going to do today, but that's pretty simple, explanatory, and it gives you a lot more room inside when you set up your guidelines, secures your tent, and so on. I'm not going to do that today, but it's that simple to get started with this. It's just the matter of setting up the guidelines to finish it off. So now what I'm going to do is show you how to set up the G stove within the Mini Up.